Alright guys, so here's another little short video of more information on the base job we just did, the air show. So the number of employees we had on that job, we had about 8 employees on setup. About 8 employees setting up, about 5 of 8 employees max at one time. We had about 5 regular employees, 5 on average employees that were there every day. The last 2 days or so, it was only 2 guys. So we started out with 8 for 2 days, then we had 5 for like 2 days, and then we had about 2 for 2 days also. So it just kept going downhill. Also, I wrote down the experience of those employees. So you have myself and my brother, who are both part owners in the business. We both have 4 years of experience. Then you have our younger brother, which is just 17. He had 3 years of experience. You have one guy with about 6 years of experience, and then 2 guys that were brand new, just day labor people for that week. And that was the main 5 on that job. And the other 2 guys, they are both below 6 months of experience also. So you got 3 guys who have 3+ years, and the rest of them are 6 months or less, with 8 employees total on the first 2 days. And also, those are the same guys who did the whole week with us, so even the off base, those were the guys that were doing that also, because we had several jobs off base also. So also miles from our shop to the actual base. We are about 12 miles from the base, so very short distance. We did have problems getting off and on base, or I guess on base, several times. Just you gotta show your ID so many times. You gotta get checked. If you're in closed trailers, you gotta be checked. So that took some of our time there, but only about 12 miles from our shop. We did only end up getting 96 blocks instead of the 120 I originally said. So 96 blocks. And on the block deal, we had the company you buy it from, they delivered 64 blocks at one time to us. Of the ones we bought, they delivered all 64 straight to the base, and that's where we unloaded them and set them off to the side. And we were gonna get 2 loads of that, and then they knocked some tents down, put some tents in grassy areas, and all the 10x10s we only used 2 blocks instead of all 4 corners. We just used 2 blocks, so that knocks some of our weighted blocks down to a lower number. Originally we were going to get 187 blocks, so we knocked it all the way down to about 96. So he delivered 64, and then we decided we'd go get the rest, because he charged, it was about $400 for the first delivery. So we went and got the rest 8 at a time. And our trailer is a flatbed trailer. It's a 32-foot trailer, gooseneck, but it only has 4,000-pound axles on it. So, about 8 blocks is even overloading the trailer we had. But we did 8 anyway, and no problems with that. So that's the 96 blocks total on that. Alright, so hours of setup time. So on setup, this is kind of just roundabout a number. So the setup is hard to say on setup, but I had 75 hours just on this base setup. So just myself was 75 hours, and we had 8 guys the first day, and we probably had a 12-hour day. And then from there on, we worked till about 7 the next 2 or 3 days, so about 12-hour days those days also. We had about 4 12-hour days, and then I worked from 6 o'clock in the morning on 2 different days. I worked from 6 o'clock in the morning until around 2 o'clock in the morning the next morning. So I had like 2 days that were like 22-hour days. Getting back up there at 6 o'clock in the morning again. But that was just myself and one other guy on the last 2 days, and that was for setup. Now on takedown, that's a little bit more. I got a little better numbers than that on takedown. So takedown, we had 10 guys the first night, and it took about 11 hours to take those all the decoration down into those 2 tents. Plus, the 2 big tents, and then the one 10 by 10, and then the other 10 by 20. That took 10 guys, and it took about 11 hours. So we got about 111 hours there. The next day, we had 5 guys go out there. We took down a 40 by 80 frame and 19 10 by 10s. And that took around 6 hours for those 5 guys. Then you have the next day, we had 3 guys go out there to get the blocks, and we had 3 guys about 8 hours for that all day, and that got all the blocks off about 8 hours for 3 guys, and that was 2 drivers. One driver was doing the trailer with 8 blocks at a time, and then the other guy had a trailer that we rented from a local rental business here. And we actually rented a bobcat from them so that we can unload the blocks from our shop. So we had our forklift on base; it would load the trailers, and then once we got back to our shop, we used that bobcat to unload the trailers. And we used that trailer to carry more blocks back, because that was a 12,000 pound axle trailer, 6,000 pound each. So we loaded it down with 10 blocks at a time. So each trip we did 18 blocks, and I think we did about 5 trips that day, which got all of them. And then we did use the bob. We had a guy here at the shop using the bobcat while we were traveling back and forth, doing some clearing some ditches and our other pasture, our other lot across the street. He was flattening it out a little bit, so we did a little bit double on that. Also, some of the stuff that was new for that tent there. So the tent itself, a lot of the framing was new, brand new. Most of the fabric that came with the tent we bought, it was all used stuff, but most of the fabric we bought, we couldn't use the fabric because it was for the 50 wide, or it was for the 40 wide stuff wasn't in good enough shape to use for this. So we just added new fabric to our inventory that we bought on top of the used stuff. So we bought the used stuff for the poles mainly, and then we bought the new fabric to use for this tent as also. So the tent was new, along with the walls. The walls are brand new. The chair covers on the chairs, the blue covers, they go over our white pads. They were brand new, but we did rent those, so we sent them back. The drapes were brand new. The couch was new. The black furniture was new, and also the carpet was new. The carpet we bought, the couch and the black chairs we bought. I think the only thing we rented and sent back was the chair covers. So that was the only thing we did not get to keep in the inventory after we received. So I think that's all the questions there. I actually did not get very many video of the second tent. The main video I got was the VIP tent with all the carpet and decorations inside. The second tent was a performer's tent. That tent had 14 8-foot tables inside of it, all with linens and table runners and chairs. I think it had 150 chairs. But that's all it was. It was enclosed with walls on that and had that stuff inside. And now the other tent was the media tent. Now that one I got a little bit of video of, and I will also post that video. So it had different rooms inside of it. All right, so here's that media tent I was talking about. This is a 40 by 80 frame tent. Here's the entrance. This is our trailer we deliver it in. This is the our AC trailer, we call it. It delivers all of our AC units. So here to your left, we have 3 rooms. There's one room here. There's a second room, and then the third room on the opposite side of that wall there. We've got 2 lights up top, 2 LED 60 watt floodlights. Right here is our AC unit. There's a return right there, and that's where it blows cold air through that vent there. Now we've made these walls. We've cut holes in both walls, the top and bottom, to stick our chutes in like that. And here's a cable we hung that wall on, and it slides very easily. This is a chair and some flight simulator stuff that they've already moved into the tent.
Across the tent, and
this is power cable. Comes down here to our spire box. This is all 110 plugs right here, and we have 8 different 110 outlets on that deal. Breakers actually. More. There's 2 rooms here. More stuff they are already brought in. Here's another AC. And into this room.
The other tent had mainly
Also slide available there. And more AC there. And here's another spire box. This spire box also has lots of. It has about 8 plugs inside of it with the gang box.
And then numbers for that week. I'll go ahead and flip around here and show you some numbers for that week of what we did with the total of our 8 employees was on base. We had 10 employees total, so we had 2 guys off base along with these 8 guys. So we had 10 employees at this point. Some, like I said, 2 of those are day labor guys. So they're gone, so we actually only have 8 total now. But during that week, we had 10 guys. All maximum 4 years, which is the two owners, me, myself, and my brother. Then everybody else was below 6 months or less. All the rest of the 10 employees here. So it's a hard week for the guys who know what they're doing, for the owners for sure. So anyway, here's the numbers. I'll go ahead and flip you around.
And here is the grand total of that week on the base. 116,155.78. Right there. The 69, that's how many contracts we had that week. We had 69 jobs that one week. So quite a big week for us. That was the biggest week we've ever had. Very busy. And like I said, out of these 69 contracts, the base job was only 1 job. And I was on that job for 75 hours setting up. So we had our other guys within 8 months experience be the maximum one, be running some of these other jobs. So we got behind on several jobs. We were late to several jobs. Was not the best week. But with 8 guys, 69 contracts, and this much, bringing in that much money, we did pretty well. Lots of late nights. I know there's 2 nights that we worked until 2 in the morning. One night, or one of the days, we started a tent at 8 o'clock at night. Ended up getting home around 2 o'clock in the morning that day. It was already dark when we started the tent. We did it with headlights, and it was raining. So not a very fun night that night for sure. Anyway, a lot of hard work went into this. Good week overall. Here you go. I went ahead and changed my dates to show y'all my second biggest week. 67,000 right here, and this is back in August with 40 contracts. So anyway, this is the second biggest week of this year, and we actually have this week is an every year job. So
For 4 years now, this has been our biggest week. So to step up and do the 116,000 with 69 contracts was a huge increase for a week's totals worth for us. And this one here is probably, our normal is around 15 to 20,000 for our busy seasons. So even this one's even this week right here is a huge week for us, and a pretty stressful week. So like I said, the 116,000 this last weekend was a huge increase, and a very big week for us to get taken care of and done. So anyway, guys, there's my numbers and what we've done for 2 weeks worth of this year. Like I said, those were the two biggest weeks we've had, and the 116,000, this one in October, was definitely a huge step up for what we've done before. The 67,000, the second biggest week, that's a every year contract. So that's a big week, and we've done that job there for about 6 years now. It's definitely a huge undertaking. Also, we normally do that one with about 6 guys for that job there. That week we normally have about 6 to 7 guys. And that's also a huge job. So, like I said, the regular weeks are a whole lot lower. You don't get that very often. But for those two weeks, that's what we've done, and it's a good step up. So hopefully we get this air show more often, and get to keep that up, keep growing the business with that. So anyway, I will post those other videos and keep posting more like this. So thanks for watching.